Still getting used to the 7 days a week videos. So here we are Friday night, and instead of resting, I am doing this. Feels good to be establishing a new habit and really having a good experience the past couple of days. Something happened which really triggered me and tested my patience and my just like my need to control stuff. And I just, I noticed it, and it's good to have self-awareness, because in order to really be patient and get through barriers, you really need self-awareness, because it's so easy to fall into a pattern that you have that was established out of trauma or whatever. And it's just a reactive, reactionary, self-preservation habit, which actually isn't helping you. And I ran into one of these yesterday, and was battling with it all day. And my mind and my self-preservation programming was telling me, do this particular thing. And it took, all my willpower to not do that thing. And I could feel myself, like, throughout the day, like, letting go of that need and of that trauma. And it's a really good feeling when you're able to let go of that stuff. But man, like, I was breathing, I was meditating, I was like focusing internally, like, all day, just to get through that, just to not allow myself to do that knee-jerk reaction that, like, part of me wanted to so badly. It's like kicking dope. It's like when people talk about being dope sick. It's just like your body wants this thing so badly because that's what it thinks it needs to feel okay. And, like, I'm not a surfer, but I suppose it's like being a surfer and getting through that that barrier where the waves are crashing, so that you can get behind the waves and ride them in. It's like that. It's like that barrier, and like, swimming up to that barrier, is kind of intense, but relatively calm. And then you hit that barrier, and it's like super intense. And as soon as you get past that barrier, it's calm again, right? But you have to, like, getting through that barrier is like, you got to be buckled in. It's like riding a roller coaster, and you're hanging on for dear life. That's what it is. And you need the presence of mind and mental discipline to hold on long enough to get through that barrier, right? And then, when you deprive yourself of that knee-jerk reaction for long enough, your body starts to understand, oh, wait, I'm still alive, I'm still okay, I haven't done that thing, I don't need it. And then it starts to let go. And then your mind and your psyche start to let go. And it's a beautiful thing. And the more you do that, the better you get at it. And you can do it with tougher and tougher things. So, yeah. It's like, it took me four tries, I think, to get off of antidepressant meds. And it over a period of like 4 years. Like the first time, made it a particular period of time, and then, something happened and I like crashed big time and I couldn't handle it and went back. Then, a year later, same thing, not as bad, but, went back. Then I waited 2 years, same thing. I think I made it longer, but ultimately went back, got scared. And it was a fourth time that I finally put them aside for good and, was able to, probably between the time that I took my last antidepressant pill and to where I knew I would never need them again, or where I went through like my last bout of depression that was kind of like withdrawal. It was probably like a year and a half. And in that year and a half, it was just like, there were better periods and there were worse periods, but it was like constant battling. There were some tough moments. You have to retrain your brain. That was my surf, time of kind of crashing through that barrier, having the waves crashing down on me over and over again, and not yielding, just inching forward, hoping I was getting to the right place, and then, finally you kind of break through to the other side, and it's like, okay, I mean, life isn't, it's not easy, but that part is over. I'll never have to face that again because I've trained myself to get through it.